Welcome to the Stronger Leader Podcast, home of the hashtag Stronger Movement, where we explore the fascinating tapestry of human experience. I'm your host, Tony Cardello. Each episode, we'll sit down with a remarkable guest to dive into their unique journeys, from successful business leaders to individuals who have faced the darkest of times and emerged stronger, even from some of the inspiring youth of this emerging generation. We'll also cover essential topics on marriage, leadership, as well as spiritual, physical, and mental health, all in hopes to provide you with the tools and motivation to navigate your own life's challenges. Whether you're here to learn, grow, or simply be inspired, there's something for everyone. So get comfy, settle in, and join us as we embark upon this journey together. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well. Turn on the notifications so you'll know whenever we drop new content. All right, let's get started. Okay. All right, fellas, you guys ready?
Yep.
This is the fun part. Ready? Welcome to another episode of the Stronger Leader Podcast. It's your host, Tony Cardello. I'm here with a couple of real special gentlemen from the Northland here where I live. Owen and Will Shelton. What's up, fellas?
What's up? How's it going?
We got an in-studio audience. They're real live and excited to see us today.
Let's go.
All right, fellas. How's it going, man?
It's going great.
Yeah, I've been
Good.
super excited to see you guys and have you on here. What's really cool, what really brought about this is obviously with the Stronger Leader having a cross in the background, it's faith-based. You know, there's no secret. I think everybody knows I'm pretty devout in my faith with Jesus and do that. But, you know, there's a lot of, and we'll get to this with you guys, there's a big need for strong, good Christian men of all ages in the public secular world where there is no faith and is no religion, right? Because that's where we're called to be a light, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes that's difficult. And in your guys' situation, being, you know, school age guys in public school systems, it could be super hard, right? And so I want to get in and I want you guys to share some of your perspective on that when we get to that point. But that was one of the big motivating drivers I had because my whole, you know, I'm a leadership guy, you know, in business. And so I want to teach people how to be good leaders. You know, obviously my son's 10, so I'm trying to raise him to be a good leader, both in the business world and in the spiritual world. But every opportunity I get to bring on anybody younger, that's in a public setting in a secular world, I think it's huge because my whole mission, like if somebody said, if I had to just say, what's your one mission? My one mission is to lead people to Christ. You know, that's it, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But I want to teach people how to be better husbands, fathers, friends, leaders in their work. And, you know, we sell cars for a living. That's what I do. I want to teach guys how to sell cars better, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. I'm not just like this guy that walks around the Bible all day, like, man, if you don't read this, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do that, right? But my mission behind the mission is to lead as many people as I can to Christ, right? And so getting these opportunities to, kind of align with the younger generation like yourselves, I think it's going to be big. So why don't we start out with this? Why don't you guys just tell who you guys are, where you're from, where you grew up, how old you are, where you go to school, what sports you play, just a little bio about yourself.
Well, my name is Owen Shelton. I'm a junior at Liberty High School, and I play baseball. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I grew up right here in Liberty, so.
Public schools your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What public school did you go? You guys went to Shoal Creek, right?
Yeah.
When did you guys, because you guys lived down the street from me. You guys grew up, I remember you guys little boys. When you guys weren't born in that house, right?
No, Hunter's Glen. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I remember. Is that over by LMS?
Yes.
By the middle school?
I think so. No.
I also
don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
that
I
well,
think it's over by LMS if I remember right. But anyway, that's where you guys were born, and then you moved to Woodneath.
Yeah.
And you're still in Woodneath, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Same
Okay.
house.
Good. And how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So you drove over.
Yeah. I did.
Will, what about you?
My name is Will.
You probably grew up in all the same places because, by the way, these guys are brothers.
Yeah, we all grew up in the same places and everything. I was born in Liberty too. My name is Will Shelton, and I'm 14. I'm a freshman at Liberty High School, and I play baseball, football, and that's basically what I do. So.
Oh, and you said baseball as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys play together?
No, we're I mean, hopefully we will in the future on maybe like some LHS baseball varsity team, but
Right.
yeah.
Are you, so you're a freshman this year. Baseball just is at the first of the year, right? So you guys already had baseball, correct?
So no, summer ball is already over, but Liberty baseball starts here in like, I think it starts in February.
Right after winter break.
So is it considered spring ball in high school? Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
spring.
got it. When will they start having tryouts for that? Around
Usually February.
February.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Did you play what did you play last year? JV varsity? What did you play?
I was JV last year.
JV. Okay.
Yeah.
Varsity this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, cool. All right, so tell me, so your faith journey is, so Colin was, why did I just draw a blank? Colin. Colt.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Colin, Colin. Do you guys go to Switch?
I have the last 2 weeks.
Okay, Colin is who I'm thinking of, but Colt.
Yeah.
So Colt was telling me that you had your encounter or your spiritual awakening or whatever over this last summer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Will, how about were you around the same time too, or what was?
So I'm a little bit later than Owen. I'm still on my journey right now, and
We're always on the journey.
Yeah, we always are. But I've kind of went in Owen's footsteps a little bit. I'd say I've learned a lot off of Owen, and even Colt. Like he's kind of what I look up to.
Good.
Especially like
kids
around
model.
Yeah, kids around our age and stuff.
Yep.
It's hard to relate to older people.
Mhm.
Like, so I'm getting there. So
you wouldn't classify me as older, would you? I'm not.
No. When I say older, I mean like
I know.
Yeah,
you
not
mean like way older.
Yeah, or like not high schoolers or whatever. So
I know. I'm just teasing you.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so curious to know: did you guys grow up in the church? Did you? Was there seeds planted? Have your parents influenced this? Is this something that they've introduced to you? Just didn't push it on you? What? Tell me about that in the home, bringing up with any sort of spiritual religion, anything in your life.
So I would say we kind of grew up like a lot of people did. Like we went to church for the first 7 years of my life, I would say 7 or 8. And then we started getting
Where'd you guys go?
We went to LCF,
Okay.
high school.
Yep.
And we kind of stopped going because of like baseball got really busy on the weekends, and we kind of just fell out of it, but lately, like this summer, I kind of found God over social media, kind of started to realize that, I really do need to lock in with this, and I'm not living my life the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta change something.
So, Will, how about you? Have you just kind of like seen your brother taking this path and like finding some interest? Like, I'm kind of curious what have you seen a noticeable change in him that made you like, I kind of want what he has. It's,
so there's kind of a little bit of story to it. So I kind of like, I definitely saw some changes in Owen for sure. And I didn't really like suspect, or I didn't really like go to conclusions immediately or anything. I just kind of thought he just, I don't know, was changing. But one day he talked to me. He just basically he told me all about Jesus and how it's so important to get really close to him.
So you basically witnessed to your brother, more or less. I mean, you kind of laid it out.
Yeah.
Good.
And that basically like you said, I just need to lock in. And it's really important. It's got to be your first priority over a lot of things in life. And I think that's what really got me going for sure.
So when he first told you this, obviously he's your older brother, so you probably respect him anyway. There's some credibility and equity with that. Was there any level of discount initially? Like you do you, I'll do me. That's not really, or were you, when he spoke, you were kind of like, this is serious?
I took it pretty seriously for sure.
Good.
I did because it's for my own good and it's for his own good.
Sure.
So we're trying to kind of keep each other accountable,
It's huge.
in our journey and stuff. I think that's really good. So, I took it pretty seriously for sure.
Yeah, good. How about family traditions around religion? Did you guys make it Easter Sunday, Christmas? Did you guys always go to church growing up? Was there always that, those I'd say principle, obviously Easter's the resurrection. It's the most important in our faith. Well, I guess Jesus being born would be the most important.
Yeah.
But, then the resurrection, obviously, probably, in my opinion, is even more important because it really established he was who he said he was, right? So you guys, growing up, did you always do the Easter Sunday and at least Christmas and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say that like I said, we went to church pretty early on, but we did go back for, Easter some years and Christmas some years, but we'll definitely be back now. So.
Yeah. So are you and maybe you haven't thought about this, so I'm going to give you something to think about. Have you guys thought about, with Christmas coming, Christmas is going to take on an entirely different complexion for you guys this year, right? There's going to be I got goosebumps thinking about it because I remember when I started my faith journey, and I really, it's cool. It's cool understanding like really what we're celebrating. And don't get caught up in some of there's so many people out there that are radical religion people. There's radical Christians, right? Yeah. That are like, Christmas, it's a pagan holiday, and man-made, and it's not even, Jesus was born in the summer, he wasn't even born in the winter, and it's like those legalistic people need to shut up, because we aren't paying homage and worshiping December 25th as we are worshiping the idea of Jesus being born. So who cares when he was born? We are picking that day to celebrate it. And I think Jesus is okay with that. I honestly do. As long as it's the day, what it is, it's about him. It's not about the gifts, and it's not about all that. Maybe I'm going to preach a little bit to you guys here because I know you're early in your journey, but Christmas being the gifts and all that. So like at Life Church, I attend Life Church. Right now we've got the Fall Fun Fest stuff going on where you got the petting zoo, and there's literally donkeys and pigs and little chickens and stuff you can go up there and pet, and there's a photo op where families can take photos, and like tons and tons of people around the area know about this every year. So they come to church there 1 or 2 times a year, and they come bring their kids. It's fun, right? Well, there's nothing really in the Bible about petting a donkey, meeting is going to introduce you to Jesus. Yeah. The whole idea of it is it's something to draw people to the church in hopes that while they're there, like, I've been wanting to come here, and hopefully they get a little tug from the Holy Spirit, right? And that's the whole gift giving stuff around the holidays. That's what it's about. It's about bringing families together for a purpose. Whether their purpose is there to open gifts, that's fine. But if you can and then if you got spiritual leaders in the home like you guys, like, hey, while you guys are all here, I want to pray, or I want to talk about the birth of Jesus, or you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And then that's the deal, right? So, giving gifts on Christmas, it's all great. It pulls families together, and it creates unity. That's what it's all about, right? And so, anyway, I got off on a little tangent there, but anyway, so this year, for the next couple holidays with Christmas, Easter, all that stuff, it's going to be the first time you guys experience it through this set of lenses. Are you excited about that? Have you given any thought to that?
I haven't thought about it much, but yeah, I'm excited to see the difference between, this year and how last year was. So I'm just excited to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And
how about you, Will? You thought about that at all?
I haven't thought about that. Not really, like Owen said. Yeah. But now I do think about that. I think that's the way you put it. It's a pretty cool way to think about that.
Yeah, it's going to be neat.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I want to hear from you guys on Christmas. Let's see what it's like. Okay, so next, share your journey. Like how'd this come about? Like, Owen, obviously you started this with the family, with Will and you. And so what clicked? What happened? Was there an event? Did something like, for me, obviously it was drug induced, and I was in a bad, dark place. Right. And so, God came and saved me in a hotel room. I'll share that story with you guys later, but was there an event? Was there, what happened? Something had to happen that flipped the trigger for you.
Well, I wouldn't really pinpoint. I couldn't really pinpoint one specific time, but I would say that on social media, I got a lot of Christian TikToks coming my way, and as soon as I started to give those a chance, like I realized that this is how you do it, right? This is how to be a Christian right here. And I never, like, we were always, like, if somebody asked us if we were Christians, we would say we were Christians, but like we were kind of lukewarm, I would say. But now I feel like I've really developed my relationship with him, and just social media has taught me a lot, and the Bible has taught me a lot. And as soon as I actually started to read the Bible over the summer, and that took it to a whole new level, right? Understanding what Jesus really did for us in the Gospels, and so I would say.
So when you mentioned something about you knew that you weren't really living your life right, for me it's a stark contrast, because I was cheating on my wife, and I was doing drugs, and I was that's obviously not right?
Yeah.
What and you weren't doing that type of stuff, right? And so what's different for you? What were you doing? And the reason why this is important, I want you to articulate this, is because there's going to be people your age watching this, and me, because I was living a real life of darkness, right? And I'm older and married and kids and all that stuff. If I were to hear what you were doing, I would think you were a saint, but it still doesn't make it right?
Yeah.
And so I think that kids your age, and guys and girls, they need to hear some conviction of, because a lot of people, the world, are probably going to tell them, and that's not that bad. You're fine. You weren't doing anything wrong. But you were convicted in your heart of not living right? So to explain kind of through your perspective what you were doing that you think is more of this world and wasn't Christ-like.
Well, I was a pretty lustful person, so I always just kind of viewed women in the wrong light, and I didn't really understand that they were God's daughters, and
or some guy's daughter like me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I was also very proud, so I kind of just didn't really think of other people, and I was just kind of full of myself, I would say. And I struggled with like wrath, so like that's one of the 7 deadly sins, and I would say that I kind of bottled up a lot of emotions, and they all came out at one time a lot. And I got angry with my friends a lot, and angry with people around me. And I would say that all, pretty much just instantly, as soon as I gave my life to Jesus, I noticed a change. And, it maybe doesn't sound that bad, but it honestly led to a lot of, I don't know if I would call it depression, but anxiety, and, a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
And, I just, a lot of not self-confidence, like not feeling great about myself. And
Something was missing.
yeah, something was missing. Exactly. And I figured out what it was. So
That's great.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, to further and help you articulate that and kind of forward the progression of those behaviors, that's where drugs start. That's where, getting in fights, physical abuse, mental abuse to your spouse. The people don't just wake up as a kid one day and just decide to start beating on their wife.
Yeah.
It's a progression of things that happen. And if you're not careful and you don't understand at an early age that though you, like you said, it seems like it's not that big of a deal. Maybe not now, but it's going to be if it's not checked, right? And so I think catching that early is an amazing foresight for such. That's wise beyond your years to be able to understand that, internalize that, and actually do something about it. I think that's so important because, man, if you're relying on this world to give you a gauge of whether you're doing good or not, you can get away with a lot, right?
Yeah.
There's people out there fighting for people wearing tails. They think it's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah,
right?
I know. So. And I like to think that God came along at the perfect time. Like, I think that I hadn't really tipped over. I hadn't really gone over the hill yet, but I think I was close, you know. I just like to think that he put those TikToks on my For You page at a perfect time. So.
Absolutely. For you.
Yeah. For me. Exactly.
No doubt. So Will, how about you? What's your initial faith journey been like? Have you also experienced some similar type of, revelation, so to speak?
Yeah. So, like Owen said, I can't pinpoint one exact time, but when I was living for this world and not for Jesus, you can just tell like there's something's like not there. I couldn't tell what it was. I didn't know if I was doing good enough in sports and school and just in life in general. And I was just constantly like, am I doing enough? Or like, and not like, I wasn't like depressed or anything. I was just like, always thinking about that and
Seeking,
exactly.
Trying to find some kind of fulfillment, right?
Yeah. And that was just like an overtime kind of thing.
Push it out of your way. And you can, yeah.
And
let me help. That thing's stupid. I gotta fix this. It's tied to the back of the freaking couch.
yeah.
Better?
Yeah, that's good.
By the way, I'm not cutting that out of the production. I want people to see that the struggle is real.
Yeah. It's yeah. Then anyway, but you could just tell like something was wrong, and it was just like an overtime kind of thing. I was just constantly like, kind of like, oh, and like my relationship with friends weren't at its best, and I was also struggling with lustful thoughts and just lust in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jesus came into my life at a good time, and that really like since it like got pretty serious, I think just like I've always just been like happy and everything and like everything good. I mean, I don't know. I think
it's fulfillment, finding some deeper sense of fulfillment, right?
I'm also super thankful that it came in my life in my freshman year.
Yeah.
Before I'm going to have all these opportunities. My friends are going to offer me alcohol and drugs, and I think, and God has a plan for me, and He's not going to send me down that path if I stay with Him. So I think I'm thankful for that.
So that's great. Let's talk about that, because this is I don't want to get into this, because the reality of being a Christian. Mm-hmm. Being a Christian at a Christian school with a bunch of Christian guys that do this all Christian things is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Being a Christian in a public school where there's drinking and drugs and stuff right in your friend groups, and you guys are probably, if you haven't experienced yet, you're going to experience some of the people you grew up with that you were closest with take that path. Mm-hmm. You're going to lose friends. You're going to grow distant from friends. There's going to be a lot of loss in your life for accepting Jesus. And have you guys thought about that? Have you been prepared? And more importantly, have you experienced any of that yet? Are you seeing maybe some of your closest friends starting to shy away from you, turn from you because you're not cool anymore, right? Whatever, not part of the in crowd. Have you experienced that? And if you have or haven't, are you prepared for it, and you prepared more for it?
Well, I would say that I haven't really fully lost any friends. But some of them don't really get it, like that, they're supportive of my journey in Christ, but some of them just don't really understand. And I'm trying to kind of take the path right now of not separating myself from them, but trying to bring them closer to God.
That's good.
Just like, I think the power of an invite is so powerful. Like, I go to First Priority every Thursday morning, and I try to invite all the friends that I can, and
I heard you guys recently just got moved to a new room because you outgrew the room you were in.
We had 75 people there last week.
Gosh, that's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's so good.
Yeah. We started off with like 30 people, and
in a concession stand.
Yeah, in a concession stand.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is so good. Anyela and Melania have been going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say they are, but make sure they're going.
Yeah, they are. They're going.
Oh, good. Okay, so in your I lost my train of thought here. I was going to ask you guys something. Oh, so as you guys go into school and you're starting to share and be bold with your faith. What are some of the things you have done so far to step out a little bit in obedience? Maybe something you didn't really want to do, but you're like, all right, God's tugging on my heart to talk to this person, that person, or whatever. What are you guys doing to be bold with your faith in a public school setting?
Well, last week you talked about going around different lunch tables with Colt.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And
tell me about that experience, because I know he was doing it by himself initially and then ran into you. And
yeah,
how'd that happen?
So it was like,
what's your side of that story?
Second or third day of school, and I was sitting at a lunch table with my friends, and I noticed Colt sitting down, and I didn't really know what he was doing there. And so so he started talking to us about Jesus.
Were you and him friends at all in any capacity other than just like, I know you, you know me, or were you guys buddies?
Well, I wouldn't say we were like super tight friends. We were both running backs, like my sophomore year, his junior year. So we worked on the football field a lot together. So I kind of knew him, but I've been looking for courage and strength to share the gospel for a while, and I didn't know how to do it really. And he came along on like the third day of school, and I just thought like, I need to go do this to him. I felt the conviction in my heart to go do it. And I texted him the next day, and I was just like, could I do this with you? And he was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because let him tell the story. I'm sure you've heard it, He was an answer to your prayers, and you were an answer to his prayers.
I mean, it's proof in the pudding there, how God works.
Absolutely, man. So I love that.
Yeah.
So, so you guys started on this journey. Do you literally do it every day with him?
Every single day. We recently got 2 girls to come along with us. And
how'd that happen? What was that transition with
well, we've been looking for like probably a month because
for girls.
Yeah.
Because of it's because you got to have, it makes it more appropriate. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And so we were just kind of looking, and Colt was like, I think I found somebody to come with us.
You guys are recruiting. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so we've just been going around. We've started doing girls' tables because we pretty much ran out of guys' tables to go at. So yeah, we've been doing that in the last week or so. So
awesome. Yeah. Tell me from that experience. Now, Will, are you in lunch around the same time as them at all? Do you get to do this with them?
No, I'm not in the same lunch. I wish I was, honestly. I think I would have been a lot better for me, because I don't do stuff like that at lunch. It's a big thing to do.
It is.
I wish I could. I wish I had the courage to do it. But
that's maybe that's your goal.
Yeah,
maybe that's your next goal. Let's get on your faith path here to build up some strength, courage, some wisdom, right? Get some little knowledge of the Bible. And I'm going to tell you guys, I want to encourage you guys both this. And I love that you're in the Bible and reading the Bible. Absolutely do that. I've been kind of strong on my faith journey. I grew up in the church. I was Catholic, raised, so I did all the first communion. I had Jesus planted in my heart at an early age. But like you guys, we were traditional Catholics, not really ritualistic, right? We didn't go to, and I didn't really understand a relationship with Jesus, what that was, until after I got saved. So I never really was enthralled and intrigued with the Bible itself as much. I'm a very relational, and I don't know if you guys know this about me or not. I dropped out of school. I dropped out of high school. I went to prison and all that. So I'm, my success story is not one of a normal path at all.
No.
And so I am very relational. I'm not a book. I'm intelligent. I'm an intelligent human being. I learn well. I'm very adaptive, but I'm not into books, right? I am now as I'm older, but, so reading the Bible, the idea of reading anything is not really intriguing to me, but being in relationship with Christ. So I tell everybody this a lot. Now, I don't give myself enough credit because I can recite areas of the Bible pretty good. But I'm not this guy. Well, you know what it says in John 3. It's blah, 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 blah. I'm not good at it. I would encourage you guys, don't take the road that I did with that, and get in and learn Scripture, because Scripture that's like bullets in your gun, right?
Yeah.
That is truth. That when somebody says something to you, you can counteract that. And it's not that it's supposed to be a debate, but you can say, yeah, well, like I said, according to the Bible, here's what it says. It says you should do this, right? And that, so being armed with that, I would encourage you guys to do that. But I also want to tell you, I want to encourage you that if you aren't there yet, that's not the only thing you have to go to the lunch table. What you have to go is with conviction in your heart and look someone in the eye and tell them, I know Jesus is real and you should too.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what you really want to work on that conviction to where then you want to go out and share the good news, and then you learn the Bible, and then you can arm yourself with facts and scripture and stuff later. But that conviction in your heart of the truth of who Jesus is, you have that. The rest of it, then the scripture that you read to people now becomes believable, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that relational conviction in your heart with Jesus and you start spouting off scripture, you've just memorized some scripture, and as a Catholic growing up my whole life, that's what I felt like. I knew when to stand up, when to sit down, and what prayers to say, when the priest says this, you say this back. And, I never understood why or what we're even saying. Right. Mm-hmm. I always joke because we had a prayer that we used to say as a family. It's a Catholic prayer, I think, at dinner, bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts from thy bounty to Christ, that. And my mom or my dad, somebody asked me, how come you don't say that prayer at dinner anymore? I'm like, blessed, O Lord, and these thy gifts. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
We don't talk like that.
Yeah.
Like, God, thank you for sending Jesus, and thank you for this food, and bless it, and bless my family, and thank you for bringing us all together. That sounds like a more real prayer to me.
More meaningful.
Yeah,
sure.
right. Yeah. And so I'm talking in circles here, but Will, I want to encourage you as you want to get bold with your faith. Be bold with your relationship with Jesus and share that, right? And be unapologetic about it. You don't have to know what to say. Just tell people. Just tell people that you love Jesus and here's why. Okay. So I'm challenging you next year. Maybe by the end of the year, you at least sit at one table.
Okay.
Deal. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question was, what are you doing now to be bold in your faith, and what are your future plans? So we know what Will's future plans are going to be. What are some of the things on the horizon for you? You got some big picture ideas. I mean, do you see yourself on a stage preaching the gospel one day, or you know what I mean? What's no limits, right?
Have you
thought that far ahead?
I haven't really thought that far ahead. My thing lately has been just not trying to have everything figured out, rather just trusting God's plan. Because I think for a while in my faith journey, I was trying to just have everything figured out, but I think lately I've been focusing more on just trusting Him and understanding that He has a plan greater than I have. So
absolutely. You guys ever heard the terminology where somebody put it to you where, you've got the 3 stages of time is the past, the present, and the future. Mm-hmm. And have you ever really thought about why today is called the present?
Because it's a gift.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
Right? If Christmas, great example. As a kid, it's annoying as a parent watching a kid open a gift, open it, put it down, go to the next. Right?
Yeah.
Because they're not really stopping and pausing for a moment and accepting and receiving the gift, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're so worried about fixing what happened yesterday, you're so worried about a problem that doesn't even exist yet, but you think it might exist about the future, you're missing God's greatest gift to you, and that's today, right? What are you doing with today? Yeah. And that's, so being caught in the moment every single day, in the moment, in your Bible, in your thoughts about today and it being a gift. I think that's great because I'm 47. I'll be 47 next month. I got nothing figured out, right?
Yeah.
And I've been doing this on my faith journey pretty devoutly for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
I got a little bit figured out, but I think that's the beauty of this journey, that the destination is heaven, and that doesn't happen until we die. So the entire time we get to experience this, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Learning new things all day, growing in your faith every day, meeting new people, sharing the gospel. I mean, you get to literally do that for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How cool is that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right? So, how about you, Will? I kind of stole your thunder on telling you what your future plans are, but do you have any ideas like where you where you want to be with your faith?
Yeah, so
in a bold manner, like what do you want to do boldly with your faith?
So, I like Owen. I haven't thought that far ahead, but I want to get to be a first priority leader.
There you go.
And Owen's one of the leaders now, but I think by the end of this year, I'm gonna set a goal. I don't know if freshmen can be a leader. I think they can, but by the end of this year, my goal is to be one of those leaders. So I'm gonna say that, be a leader and first priority, but I haven't thought further than that really.
Love it.
To be like, I don't know.
So let's talk about what that looks like. Number one, tell me what it is to be a leader in first priority. Aren't there different jobs you can do? Okay,
so they rotate on like jobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a, I don't know what they're called, but there's someone that they say the prayers and then they send it to someone else, another speaker that goes through all these slides and stuff and talks about these Bible verses and what they mean and stuff. And then, well, actually before that we play a little game with the first speaker and then they send it to them. But they basically just read all the slides and then we do another prayer, a couple more prayers, and then we're out of there. And then the other helpers just like they greet people and they get stuff organized, and sometimes they have food and stuff, so they get that organized too. So that's basically what they do.
Got it. All right, I got one for you. Find out if a freshman can be a leader, and if not, let's try to make it happen. Be the first freshman priority leader.
Okay.
How about that?
I think we have one or two
Do you?
freshman
Okay. All right,
leaders
good.
right now, so definitely possible.
So you can do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Well, it's student led, right?
Yeah.
It's all student led.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know one of the leaders, so
Yeah.
you got a guy to help you get in there.
Yep.
Yeah. So has there been, we kind of talked about this a little bit, but I want to go back on it and give you guys a chance to maybe articulate a little bit more. Because Colt said one thing that's happened to him, but any pushback on your faith, and that could come in form of like people challenging you, your authenticity of it, or just making fun of you, or saying stuff in passing, or any sort of adversity are you experiencing now in your new journey?
I wouldn't say much adversity. When we go around and talk at the tables, sometimes like people are laughing or something like that, but that doesn't really bother me as much. I would say other than that, like, not really. It's been pretty smooth sailing so far, so I'm just getting ready for the storms. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that the devil, once you really start getting bold in your faith and start really making an impact on the kingdom of darkness, the devil's gonna be like, you're gonna get his attention. Yeah, he's gonna start firing some fiery arrows at you.
Yeah, well, I think if you're not getting any attention from the devil, that's probably when you need to be concerned.
There's no think that's the truth.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, if you're smooth sailing, the whole time, you're a lukewarm Christian. Most likely. Yeah, that's good. Good. What about being in school, sharing your faith in school? But what about social media? Talk to me about your newest journey with your social media. Living in Christ. Is that
Life in Christ?
Life in Christ. Okay.
So
tell me about that. And what's I obviously know the conviction there is that you want to share the gospel, but what finally, like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about doing it for a few weeks. I was like, that's how I started my journey with him. And I wanted to give back. Like, I just kind of thought there's a platform with billions of people who use it every day, and I have a message to spread. So why would I not use TikTok, right? Like, it's a perfect way to spread the gospel and plant that seed, And I'd been thinking about it for a few weeks, and I just decided to go ahead and do it one day. And then Will said that he wanted to do it with me, and so I've been having him read the verses that we have on there and sometimes explain them. And so it's been really cool so far. Yeah, I'm
loving them. I watch them. I'm watching when you guys do them. Yeah. So with that, I want to throw some more encouragement your guys' way, because I'm, obviously I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing, right? And with the same conviction and purpose, and why not leverage these platforms? And I started on TikTok, right? Because I'd never had a TikTok before, and billions of people, same thought, right? Just like you did.
Yeah.
And so I started doing these videos, and I got CapCut. I got CapCut and started editing and adding having fun with it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm putting some time into making these videos in the morning. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. I got a little background music, and I'm sharing TikTok, sharing the link with friends, right? And they're like, I'll have to wait, watch it on my wife's, or I don't have TikTok. And I'm like, you guys have no idea how many people told me I don't have TikTok. I'm like, there's like 9 billion people on TikTok. Why do none of my friends or anybody that I know have it? Right. And so, what do you have? Like Facebook, I'm old, right? Back to me being old. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, heck with it. So I started a Facebook page, right? And then I started, it's like, well, Instagram is owned by Meta, and there's people that are on Instagram that aren't on Facebook, but if you post to Facebook or Instagram, it will cross post for you, so you don't have to do any work. So you're getting two exposures to 2 platforms for the work of one, right?
Yeah.
And I've just began. So before I got too far into it, for having like a lot of videos to transfer, I just started doing them all. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, started the YouTube channel, and I'll do a video. You guys probably seen some of my videos I do in the mornings and stuff. I'll do that video. I'll edit it really quick, 4 or 5 minutes. And I'll throw it out there, and I'll just go YouTube, and I have an app called Talk Trends, and I'll just go in and type in like the idea of my video and hit go, and it'll generate the caption for me with hashtags and everything. Copy that, drop. I'll show you all this off camera. That way you guys can maybe leverage some of these. So I would encourage you to spend a few extra minutes every day when you're doing these videos to post them on all the platforms, because all you're going to do is amplify your voice. And it's not like you have to do 4 different videos for 4 different platforms. You do it once, download it into CapCut, edit it, do whatever you want to do with it. And then you got it ready. You send it back to your phone, and you can post it on all these sites. I literally can do a video and be up on the web on 4 different social media sites. Really, it flows over to Threads, which is Threads is through TikTok or Instagram? It's one of them, but you've probably seen Threads.
Instagram, I think.
Is it? Okay, yeah. So it cross posts automatically to that, right? So I'm on literally maybe 5-6 different platforms. But from start to finish, even with a couple of retakes in the car, because Tony Jr. does these with me in the morning, he'll sit in the passenger seat and he'll be like, "Dad, that was too fast, too loud. You sounded mean," or So he's like my director.
Yeah.
And I'll get the video, put it in CapCut, maybe put some captions with it, maybe put some background music real fast. Start to finish, I can start recording and have it on all the sites 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I do this every day, and I have since March or April. Then you can get into, like fast forward. I don't need to bore you with all this stuff, but like these podcasts, I'll download a whole podcast video into a software called Opus Clips. And a lot of this stuff's free, which is cool, right? Some of it you can pay for, higher level access and get more tools, but you can do most of the stuff free. So I'll put it in this Opus Clips, and it will take my entire podcast and break it down into these shorts. You've probably seen some of the podcast shorts I've been doing.
Yeah.
I don't edit any of that. That's all. I just download the whole video into the software, and it generates all these clips for me. And I go on in the morning, and I'll select 2 or 3 of them, and I'll schedule them to go out during the day. And so I'm getting 2 or 3 posts out a day, garnering all these likes, all these views, and we're getting the word out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it. So I'll teach you some of that stuff so you can really leverage that platform. And one message for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about any influences in school that either challenge your faith, which okay. So let's talk about that. Let's actually do go on that. Let's talk about going to parties and stuff like that. There's a big party, a bonfire, something after homecoming, whatever. There's going to be drinking. You already know that. You know who the usual suspects are that are going to be doing the drinking. Heck, maybe over the house where the parents are okay with it. They're just going to take keys and not let no one drive. What do? Do you not go, and do you just go home and be alone and not share fun memories with your friends because you don't want to be around that, or what? What's your thought process on that?
Well,
how do you handle that?
I haven't really been to a ton of huge parties like that, I would say. I have been to a couple, medium-sized parties, but I obviously don't partake.
Correct.
And, I think it's important to have somebody like I'm always the DD because I'm not,
Yep.
doing any of that stuff. And I think it's important. Like, I don't know how much I trust anybody to not drive themselves home if they're under the influence. So I would go to stuff like that. I wouldn't go to anything too wild, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not much of a party guy anyway, as it is. But I just like to be around my friends sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So if a group of your friends are going, you don't want to alienate yourself and stay away from that stuff. And I think personally, guys, to be honest with you, is there a right answer? No. But what I think a better answer for that is go to all those things. Because I think it's so important that you guys go and have a awesome, great time with the people in the same setting that are doing the wrong things, and you're doing the right things, and you're having just as good a time as them.
Yeah.
It's so important, right?
Yeah.
Because that element right there will help somebody your age make that transition, because that's one of the things heck for me as a young adult when I was doing the party and stuff, and I was like, man, if I don't do these things, then I'm not going to have any fun. It's not going to be fun to go to these places. What fun am I going to have going to a club with all my friends at a table with bottle service and being the only one not drinking? That doesn't sound very fun, right? Do you know what? I do that now from time to time, more when we go like out of town in Vegas and stuff like that. I have a freaking blast.
Yeah.
It is fun. I do. I have a freaking blast. Yeah. The last one we went to, I'll show you guys some pictures. It's hilarious. We went to a Nelly concert at a club in Vegas. I was out there on a business trip, and a bunch of us went. Okay. And I got the bottle service. I paid for the bottle service for all the people that I was with, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't even drink. Yeah, but they were having a great time, and it was a Nelly concert. I was in an all black suit, and my big beard, and I put some black sunglasses on. I'm standing there, and some girl comes up to me, and she's like, she thought I was security. She's like, "Excuse me, can you tell me where table whatever is?" And I'm like, "It's right over here." And I acted like I was security, and then I was cracking up because I was telling everybody what just happened, and they were just dying laughing, And so from then on, the rest of the night, I was acting like a security guard. I kept walking around like I had an earpiece in my ear. I was having a blast, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So being in those environments where that stuff is going on, you can do it, right?
Yeah.
If you're in an environment where it's like completely evil and there's debauchery and it's like, there's orgies going on and every bet, like get away from that. Right?
I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah, right. I don't mean that, but like, your guys' parties and stuff, and enjoy life, man. Enjoy it. Because I'll tell you, if I had it all to rewind again, I would go back to all those high school parties completely sober. And listen, memories are the best part about your youth and growing up, right? Remembering. And I'm going to tell you guys, I look back, and one of the things that I kind of get a little, I wouldn't say depressed, but sad about, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I was messed up most of the time. I was intoxicated. I was on drugs, doing something. So it's one of the things, right? People are like, "Oh man, I was so drunk, I don't even remember driving home last night," right? Well, I missed out on half my life because of that, right? Mm-hmm. But I remember I had a lot of fun at parties. I just don't remember them. Yeah. I would rather go and have a ton of fun and remember it. Right?
Yeah,
that's a part of like living life, is having great memories. So
yeah.
So I encourage you guys, go to those parties. Don't feel any type of guilt or conviction like, man, I shouldn't be going here. These people are going to be drinking. Go and share. You obviously don't want to share the gospel in the middle while somebody's drunk. They're not going to retain it, but just share what living. Hey, I can have just as much fun as you, completely sober and loving Jesus.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm good with that. So I encourage you guys to do that.
Okay.
So you guys are involved with First Priority. Any other club activities? What about church? What are you guys doing for church?
Well, we go to Pleasant Valley every Sunday.
As a family, or just you two go?
As a family. So got everybody back. And we're going to church, and I've been going to Switch. He's got games on Wednesdays.
Yeah. I'm going to start going after next week's my last game. So
okay, cool.
Start going.
Love it.
Switch has been awesome. So, I mean, we're going to Pleasant Valley right now, but I'm thinking about trying out Life Church just to see how it goes. So.
Yeah, well, if you guys ever want to go with us as a family, 11:30 on Sundays is usually when we go.
Okay.
This week, the general manager that runs our med spas for us is getting married Sunday, so we got that going on this week.
Okay.
But yeah, typically we go. And another cool thing I like about Life Church is that if sports, whatever, if you guys do miss, a lot of times even if we're out of town driving to, or home to or from a soccer tournament or something like that, it's everything's recorded on YouTube. So we just get on the YouTube and watch the sermon or whatever it was that day. So we literally never miss.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll never miss. Even if half the family's sick and we can't go, we'll put it on in the living room watching TV. So we never ever miss church. And the rare occasions where we don't get to it on Sunday, I'll watch the sermon on the way into work Monday morning. So I'm getting it. I'm somehow going to get it every week. I need it. I can't do without it, right? So now at your guys' age, I can tell you when I was your age, I had a clueless idea of politics or anything like to do with it. In fact, I remember there was this young man that used to work for me when I was a manager of a Ford dealership, and heavy into politics, like he geeked out on it, right? Not radical. He just was very interested in it, and so he knew it backwards and forwards. And I asked him, I was like, man, I wouldn't even know what to identify as a Republican or as a Democrat. He's like, buddy, let me tell you something. I know you well enough. You'd probably be a Republican. I'm like, okay, well, and I still don't really care about politics. I don't. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. I think it's just another thing for people to make an excuse of why they can or can't do something. Business is going to be bad this year because so-and-so is in office. Like, no, business is going to be bad because you think it's going to be bad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever lenses you want to look at it through is the way it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm curious to know at your guys' age, and I think now more than ever, and maybe because I have a little bit more of an awareness of it, being older and being a business person, and, political agendas do impact my business. And so I have to be aware of what's going on so I can pivot. Right. But I still don't really have a care or an interest in it, per se. But I think it's becoming more mainstream, more a thing, right? There's so much left and right opinions in the world, now more than ever. And obviously with the use of social media, things spread faster. I'm curious to know, do you guys have any interest in politics at all? And if so, since you've been on your faith walk, has that changed any of your viewpoints on anything?
I would not say that I'm a super political person. I kind of keep up through social media and stuff like that, what's going on, but I'm not super political. I like the idea of like a smaller government. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of opinions either way, I would say.
Has ever since you got on your faith journey, has that impacted your political views at all? Has it been, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say so, just because I don't have a lot of political views before or after, but I wouldn't say so.
Okay. So. Will, how about you?
Same thing. I really don't know any. Sometimes in my American history class, if something important did happen with the government, he lets us know. And I also kind of keep up on social media sometimes, but it's not, I don't really.
Not charged up one way or the other.
No, I don't have a huge political view at all. So,
good. Yeah. Stay that way. I find it so funny because I think that forever so many people tried to separate church and state, right? And this is religion, this is law. Well, way back when, before there was any establishment of any law, it was based on spirituality.
Yeah.
The law of the land was based on the religion. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I think that as time has gone on, we've tried to create that separation. And I find it really cool. What I was encouraged with the whole Charlie Kirk thing was I loved how he was actually trying to bring those back together. Because I think they are not independent of each other, because I think there are, in our world downplays it so much. They separate morality from, this is just business. This isn't personal. No, and I'm that way in my work. People are like, hey man, don't take this personal. This is just business. Like, well, hang on a minute. Do you realize that I work and make money to support my family?
Yeah.
It's very personal to me.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah.
So I am taking your decision that's going to impact my income personally. It isn't just business. Uh-huh. Right. And the same thing with, it has nothing to do with religion. This is just government. Like, no, there's got to be moral substance in our decisions of our lawmaking. Right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's we can get off on a whole rabbit hole in that discussion, right? So what advice would you guys give to a, teenager that may be struggling with thoughts of stuff like maybe on the fence or something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say that being on the fence, it's a better spot to be than some people are at, but
They're not on the fence at all.
yeah, they're not on the fence at all. They're on the wrong side.
On the wrong side, yeah.
Yeah, but I would say that Jesus Christ is, there's nothing I can say that will make you make that decision to follow him. That's your decision, right? But I just want people to know, like, for me personally, that's been the way to live for me. I've noticed peace and joy and enter my life and enter my heart, and all the bad feelings have gone away for the most part. Yeah, that's what I would say.
How about you, Will? You're real early in this, and so what would you, if someone's kind of like looking on the other side of that fence, like, man,
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I'd say, like, there's nothing to lose. You're only gonna get a benefit out of getting closer to the Lord, and I genuinely believe that because I've kind of experienced that because I'm decently, like, I'm early on in my journey, and I've only experienced benefits, and there's no downside.
Right.
There's no downside, and just, like, at least try it out,
Yeah.
like, get to know him more and just see what happens.
So I always go ahead, you guys.
I was gonna say, also, God is our Father, and He just wants a relationship with us, and His love is like a gift. If you don't accept it, you're never gonna know it. So I would say, if you accept Him into your heart, you'll feel a love like you've never felt before.
So the vision I get for that is talking about the gifts again. It's somebody giving you a gift wrapped, and you just leave it there and you don't unwrap it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's good. That's deep. I like that. So one of the things I was going to share with you about, I lost my train of thought because that grabbed me. I like that. That's so good. It's, if you don't, that's the whole part of getting a gift is actually receiving it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That hits. That's good. I like that. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say, so anyway, all right, let's go into some fun questions here.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be a little bit of a speed round. We'll slow through it though. First one, coffee, tea, or hot chocolate?
Ooh.
I'm hot chocolate. I don't like coffee or tea very much, but
Okay, so for me, it's I don't know if it's coffee or hot chocolate because I drink coffee every morning.
There you go.
So I put some creatine in coffee and it completely dissolves. That's the strategy. He doesn't like coffee, but it's the strategy for creatine.
I did not know that.
It's awesome. It completely dissolves.
I wonder if it's the heat, maybe?
I think it is. It just, like, melts it. And but I love hot chocolate, but I'm gonna have to say hot chocolate.
Have you ever done coffee and hot chocolate?
I have not.
Do you put creamer in your coffee?
I put half and half.
Okay, so check this out. I'm life changing here. Right?
Okay.
Next time you have coffee, instead of putting creamer in it, take a packet of like hot cocoa mix. Use that as your creamer.
Okay.
So good.
I'll try it.
It's so good.
I'll try.
All right. Next, what Bible version do you prefer?
I read the New International Version. So
NIV.
yeah, so I've actually been listening to it on my phone, like in my car or whatever. Like I'll drive up to like Olathe for baseball, and it's like a 45-minute drive, and I just listen to the Bible on the way down there.
Love it.
So
Love it. Will, you on that one too?
Yeah.
NIV? Okay, good. I'm NLT if you care.
okay.
What's your favorite Bible verse so far?
Isaiah 23:4. It's I fear no evil. Although I've walked through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Something like that.
Yeah. Is
And,
that your rod and your staff comfort me? Is that one?
Yeah. Yes.
That one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that one. I can't I don't have it exactly
That's how I am.
memorized,
I know.
but I know the central message
Yep.
of it, and I think of that verse when I'm really nervous or scared to do something. So
Yeah, good. How about you?
It's actually my home screen. Let's see.
I love it.
So Philippines 4:13. I can do all things through Christ,
Great
which
one.
strengthens me.
Especially those sports guys. That's,
Exactly.
I mean, you see that everywhere in sports, right? I love that one. Yeah, I got goosebumps. I still get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Mine is, see, I'm the same way. John 16:3, I think, and it's about where he says, in this world you will experience troubles, but take heart, I've overcome the world. And that's, my gosh, man.
yeah,
Everything that you're going through and against and whatever, like you said earlier, you can't lose, right? If he's for you, no one can stop you, right? And that's,
Exactly.
and that's and so that's kind of like, man, especially being an adult with kids and businesses and everything. I'm just talking about struggles, right? And it's I just got to remember, like, we won. We already won. Right?
Yeah.
Like, chill, bro. All right. So if this is fun, if you could have dinner with any biblical figure other than Jesus, who would it be and why? That's a good one, huh?
that is a tough one. I would have to say probably Job, I would say. Just because, like, his story is pretty cool about enduring all that stuff that the devil did to him and staying strong in his faith. Like, that's pretty awesome to me.
That was Colt's answer too. What about you, Will?
I don't know.
All right, you think about it.
Okay.
You think about it, and we can come back to it because I want to know that.
Yeah, I'm not.
What's your favorite worship song right now?
So I've actually been trying to find some worship songs.
Me too.
I'm kind of like into the oldies right now. So like, just
When you say oldies, like Newsboys, are you talking about oldies like Elvis, like oldies? Or are you talking about old gospel music?
so no, I'm talking about like just like Elvis
Like
all the way.
Temptations and
Yeah,
that's
like,
the thing in your guys' school, I think, because Aniela's been into that too lately. Like,
yeah, like Elvis all the way to like 90s stuff.
I
would
love
say.
it.
So I'm
Be
into
careful.
Creed right
90s
now.
isn't too oldies.
No, just like doesn't have to be oldies. Just like older.
Yeah.
Not new music.
Yeah. No,
Not
I get it.
super
Good.
good.
Because I think I'm sounding like an old man now. I think some of this new music sucks.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But so what about like a worship song? What's a worship song you like? What's one you really like? One that you can sing, because that's my next question. Do you sing it in the shower?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that I have really one. I haven't been put on to some good worship songs.
I've just heard some at church. That's the only ones. Like, I've heard some on the radio, but I can't.
Do you
Get
guys
one
listen to
off the top of
K-Love
my
at all? 97.3 K-Love? The radio station?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on there. All right, do you guys know the Brandon Lake and Jelly Rolls? The one where he had Jelly Roll, that Hard Fought Hallelujah. Have you heard that song?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that one. It made Song of the Year this year. That song is so sick.
That's a pretty good song. Yeah.
I get
No, I
it
know what
now.
you're talking about.
I sing it. We've got like a karaoke speaker up on the counter in the kitchen. Literally, Dominique's like, seriously, let's go to bed. And I'm in the freaking kitchen just belting out.
Yeah.
But, she can't get too mad because I'm singing Christian music, right? I could be singing gangster rap.
Yeah, exactly.
Which there may have been a time. All right. Would you rather? Well, you already answered this, but I'll ask you. So, Will, you can answer too. Would you rather read the physical Bible or read your Bible app?
So, like, what do you mean by that? Like,
Well, I mean, what do you find yourself more yearning to just get on your app and read, or do you find yourself wanting to actually sit down and open the book itself?
I mean, it kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I like to listen to it just because, for like certain parts of it, like when it's really telling like a story, you know, and I like to just listen to the story. But if I'm trying to like find some wisdom or something, I'd like to sit down and.
Do you highlight and write in your Bible and do that stuff yet?
I kind of take like a mental note of it. Like, I'll read it a couple times maybe just to, mentally hone in that verse, I guess. But yeah.
How about you? Well, what do you?
I'd say the physical Bible.
Do you?
I don't highlight anything or take notes, but I should probably, but I haven't started that yet.
Good way to learn from what I understand. Like I told you, as I've been terrible with it, but every like really good Bible scholar that I've ever seen, you look at one of their Bibles, it's all like torn and tattered, and you open it up and it's like there's 9 billion notes all over the sides of the pages and highlights and everything. I'm like, man, I wish I could do that.
Sticky notes everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So maybe there's something to it. Maybe I'll give that a shot soon. All right. What's your, do you have a particular go-to prayer that you guys like at all?
I just like to pray for courage and strength before I do something like that I'm nervous about, or like it's a big, baseball game or something. Like I find comfort in that, and it makes me more confident, I would say.
Yeah. What about you, Will?
I like to do what Owen said. Like I pray before football games sometimes with my buddies if we really need it. And I like to pray like almost every night when I'm in bed, I'm about to go to sleep, just like thank you for everything you've given me, and food and family and friends and this home and everything. I mean, so
gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Constant gratitude. Yeah. Thank you for the things that happened to me today.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can really, it's either it happened to you or for you. Right?
Yeah.
That's how you frame it. And thank you for everything that happened to me today. I was able to gain some wisdom, gain some knowledge. I know what not to do. You know, sometimes those are the biggest lessons, right? And instead of learning what to do, sometimes learning what not to do, right?
I also like to pray before and after I hunt, because that's all God's creation. He completely controls my hunt. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm just like, God, can you please send a buck my way? Like, can you please, like, I'm just begging, like, and dude, this was the week after we started the TikTok account, and before my hunt, I prayed to God. I'm just like, can this hunt be like an amazing hunt? And I'm not even joking. It was the best hunt of my life.
No kidding me. That's great. I love it.
I saw more deer than I've ever seen. I almost killed a deer. Mm-hmm. And I saw like multiple deer I'd easily shoot.
Oh, wow.
And it was amazing. I was just in shock.
Yeah.
And they saw like a lot of deer, and they had a really good hunt too. Yeah. So
were you thanking him for his prayers for your guys' hunt?
yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Welcome. Yeah. Welcome.
That's good.
I think the thing about prayer that a lot of people don't realize is I don't think a lot of people really know how to pray. Like that's a thing.
Talk about that a little bit.
I think that praying doesn't have to look like being on your knees and by your bed with your hands folded. I think that, God knows what's in your heart, and he knows what you're thinking. So when I'm just like walking around school, I like to kind of, it might sound crazy, but I like to just talk to him in my head almost. And, I know that he's always with me and always listening. So I like to talk to him throughout the day, and that's how I pray. So
that's good. Just being in relationship, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there was a time I was really on fire, and I went in. I'll never forget it. It was so funny. I was having fun, doing this with myself, and I walked into work and I said, you know what? Come on, Jesus, I'm going to show you around my work. And I literally, it was early before anybody was there. And I just started walking around the dealership and just showing him, like, this is our finance office. This is where we do, I literally was taking Jesus on a tour of the dealership just because I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know what to pray about. I just wanted to talk to Jesus, And so I was like, here, I don't know. I'm grateful for everything. I don't know what else to talk about. I'll show you the deal. I'll show you the place. Come on, I'll show you around. And I'm kind of giggling like as if he didn't already know everything in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's huge, right? There's a song, there's a worship song. It's a little bit an older one, but it's what the chorus says, just say Jesus. Like when you don't know what to say and you don't know what to do, I think that's the whole chorus. I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Just say Jesus, right? And that's it, man. It's like, and here's how you know that is true, because even people that don't know, even people that speak it in vain, when things happen and they're in a moment and stressed, even though they say it inappropriately, they go, Jesus.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize why they do that, right? If they understood, because I say it in those moments, and it's because I don't know what else to say. And I'm just like, Jesus,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is to me, right? But that's the truth. That is prayer.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Just say Jesus.
Yeah.
It's the name above all names. It has all the power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just talking to your Father at the end of the day,
That's it.
your Heavenly Father. And, just having a relationship with Him is so important, and being able to talk to Him about anything.
Yeah. Like regular stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the treadmill sometimes, and sometimes my lips moving, sometimes not. I'm talking in my head,
Yeah.
and I'll find myself just smile because I'm like, I'll even say sometimes, be like, dude, if you're not real, I am sitting here just talking to myself.
Yeah.
I think you are. I'm pretty sure you are. But
Yeah.
if you're not, I am the biggest fool ever. But you said it earlier, Will. I tell this to people all the time, and I articulate a little bit different. Here's my stance on it. If I'm wrong, which I could be, we all could be duped. This could be the best trick ever, right?
Yeah.
Could be no God, no Jesus, no nothing, right? We die. We go into the ground, we get eaten by worms. It's natural selection, we turn into food for dirt and worms. And then it starts over, and some other organisms and then they evolve into humans millions of years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No big deal. That's if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm right, holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the consequences are so there's no even comparison. If you're wrong, you're in the dirt and you're worm food, and you don't know any better.
Yeah.
If you're wrong about Jesus and there being a Jesus and you chose not to follow him, you have to spend an eternity knowing you made a bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in my opinion, that's the fear of God. If there's ever a fear, I don't want to sit on the other, because listen, I was in prison. I really wasn't. I experienced this. I was in prison, and I sat inside a prison wall and saw my family through glass. And when they got up to leave, to go back out into the world and leave me behind, I watched them walk out, and I couldn't go with them. And that's what I feel like hell is going to be like. Is we're going to be able to sit in hell looking through the glass at our family in heaven every day for eternity. I ain't willing to risk that.
Yeah.
And if anybody is, I mean, how stupid could you possibly be?
I know. Well,
And
here's the thing. If we're wrong about Jesus, I live my life with a full heart, and I live my life for other people every single day.
Yeah.
That's the other piece of it. Yeah. I said that to somebody who was an atheist. I said, man, let me ask you something. The reason why most people are good people, good humans, is there's a moral compass. Because you have some level of fear of a God or whatever. You're a stone cold atheist. Why are you such a good dude? Why are you such a good dude? He's like, I don't know. I just suppose I was just raised this way. And I'm like, dude, you're not an atheist. You haven't met God yet.
Yeah.
You just don't understand why you are who you are and what you are. And so, right. That's what's the worst could come of it. If it's wrong, then we're good humans, and we participated and contributed to society our whole life. And then we go into the ground and people remember us and talk about us, and nothing lost, no big deal, right? You're right.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose, being a good person. Right. So all things, all that stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If your life was a movie, what would the title be?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
Man, that's tough. I've never been asked that before. That's kind of a tough question. I would say, I don't know. I'll pass it on to Will. I'll think about it.
Thanks, Owen.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one.
All right, here's what we're going to do. That's going to be a sequel. As you guys get further in your faith journey in another year or two, we're going to come back on here.
Okay.
And we'll talk about those things, because that's going to change, right? For example, I'm writing my book right now. I'm writing the book, my story. And the title of it, we haven't narrowed it down completely to exactly what it's going to be, but there's, I guess, books. I'm not a writer, but main titles and then a subtitle. And so Redemption might be the name of the book. And then the subtitle is There's Purpose in Your Pain. And so, that's for me, that's the title of my movie.
Yeah.
Purpose in Your Pain.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I thought of a title.
Okay.
I would call it God, Baseball, and Other Things,
Love it.
or something like that.
Let's go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. Okay. Well, next question. What's your favorite sport?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Why? What is it about baseball you like?
Well, I've always grown up in baseball, and it's just I can't explain it, but I think
Do you like the team aspect?
I do. I mean, having a good group of dudes that I'm, on a team with, and we're competing against this other team. Something about it, it's just different than other sports that I've played, and I think that I see God in baseball.
I gotta fix that thing.
All right.
I see God in baseball more than any other sport that I've ever played, and it's just something about going out to the field at 8 a.m. when there's dew on the ground, and I love it.
Get to experience his creation a little bit, right?
Yeah, if you ask me, it's the hardest sport to learn how to do, and there's just so much that gets put into it. So I like the challenge.
Skills, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't realize turning your hands over when you just there's so many mechanics, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was called football, a game of inches, but baseball is like a game of centimeters. Like you hit the ball centimeter up on your bat, it's a pop out, or
It's a bad hit.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right. No kidding. Will, favorite sport?
Man, football and baseball are
You gotta pick
right
one.
there for me. But
Gotta
if
pick
I had
one.
to pick one, I enjoy football more for
Okay.
sure. But I've grown up playing baseball. So,
What's why do you like football more? Why do you enjoy it more?
well, I mean, they're two completely different sports. But I like football more because I'm a competitive person. And with football, if someone's talking trash, you can show it with your pads a little bit and knock them over.
So you like the physicality of it.
Yeah, exactly. I love physicality, and but what I like with baseball is, one, I just grew up with it, and I have a lot of God-given gifts in sports, and mainly in baseball. But I don't know. I kind of just see that, and I'm meant to play that sport, and I love it.
Who's better at baseball between you two?
It's tough because they're two different ages.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's quite a bit bigger than I was at his age. Because he's bigger than he's taller than I am now.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than him still,
Yeah.
but
You got different strengths on the
I don't
field.
know. We're just different types of players.
What position do you guys play?
I play first. He plays literally opposite. He plays third. I play
Oh, okay.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a lefty?
I'm a righty.
You're righty.
Yeah,
right
I'm righty
first.
first
Okay.
baseman.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm a lefty.
Oh, really?
Soup or chili on a cold day?
Soup.
Ooh, what kind of soup?
I don't know. Soup?
Any
Not
kind
chili?
of soup.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say soup.
Okay. What soup?
Okay.
That wasn't a question, but
I don't know if this counts, but I'm gonna say tomato soup with a grilled cheese. Does that count? Like dip
so
it in
good,
dude,
bro.
the
You
best.
dipped?
Yes, dipped.
Yes.
Amazing. So good.
How about you? What's yours?
I'm gonna have to go with classic chicken noodle soup.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough to beat. Tough to beat.
Yep.
All right. What's the funniest thing that's happened to you in a sports game?
Oh, I know. I know
right.
one.
What's yours?
So I hit a ground ball in baseball, obviously, and I let my bat go, and it got caught in between my legs, and I face planted on the ground before I even started running. I got out. So that's it.
Is this on video somewhere?
It probably is on Game
You haven't
Changer
seen it?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but
yeah.
I don't know where it is.
That's great. What about you?
Well, I don't know if this counts, but I was golfing with some friends.
Oh,
And I was taking a practice swing with my 6-iron, and I swung, and in my backswing, I let go of it, and I launched it like 30 feet in the air, and I
my
lost
God.
my 6-iron.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, like it's in the trees somewhere.
you want to
course.
explain the other incident with the pitching wedge on?
Well, I threw our pitching wedge into the woods.
You threw it.
Yeah.
Bad hit.
In rage.
I had to buy a couple of clubs recently. So.
Listen, I got a funny story about that one too. So I played, and I'm gifted when it comes to athletics. I'm pretty coordinated, and I pick up stuff. You know, I can, even if I play or not play, I can pick up pretty good. So I golf fairly well. For not being a golfer. And, you know, I've been golfing, I don't know, the last 10, 12 years. I picked it up late in life. My brothers are all golfers. They're all like scratch golfers and really, really good, right?
Yeah.
So I played with them, and I would play in a lot of scramble tournaments because I'm always like the D player. If you play in a scramble tournament where they actually pick a pool, you know, where it's a draft, where they actually pick teams.
Yeah.
I'm always the D player because I don't have a handicap. I don't play enough to score, right? But I'm a pretty darn good golfer, so I hit some really good shots, right? And being a D player, that's like, if you have a good D player, it sets you up good because I'll hit some good shots, and you got 3 other people to come behind you. They can just tee off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goose, stupid stuff that you shouldn't even try, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, this one scramble tournament I played in, I had bought a driver. It was, I don't know, 3rd or 4th time playing with this driver. And every single tee shot, I sliced it. Terrible. It wasn't even usable. I think I probably lost 20 balls that day. And on the very last hole, I was just kind of semi-joking. I said, if I slice this, if I don't hit at least one good tee shot today, I'm breaking this club. And I did. I went right over to the tree and just busted my driver over the tree. And then I looked at it, I'm like, that. So stupid. So I sent it into TaylorMade, and I said, hey, you know, I sent a note with it, mail it into TaylorMade, and said, I snapped my driver, the shaft or whatever, you know, what's it take to get rid. They replaced the shaft for free and sent it back to me. I'm like,
wow.
So lesson learned? Nope. There was no lesson in that, right? Like, if you bust it, just send it in, they'll fix it. So I don't recommend busting your clubs or throwing them or losing them.
Yeah, I don't either. So.
Maybe as part of our faith journey, not getting so wound up about irrelevant things can help, right?
Yeah.
Save you some. Yeah, being a Christian can save you some money too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. What's one thing, key element, one thing that you guys are both, since your faith walk, what are you guys grateful for?
I'm really just grateful for his love, you know, and I've felt his love, and so lately I've been trying to focus on seeing his love in everything. So like Will said, when we go hunting, like last week I sat in this stand that was kind of overlooking the hill, like the countryside with hills and everything. And as the sun was setting, it was just really pretty. And I kind of felt his love in that. And I'm really grateful for that kind of thing.
So you're grateful to be able to see his artistry and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. How about you, Will?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I've definitely been able to be grateful for more little things in life than big things.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. And I'm also super grateful for friends and family, and I'm super grateful that me and Owen can really hold each other accountable, and my parents too. They've been getting closer to Jesus a lot more than they normally have lately. So I think that's awesome. And I'm just glad we can spread the gospel, and it's just unconditional love that you can spread. So I think it's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that for you guys. So that's enough of the speed round questions. Good job. So are your guys's, and I think this is important. The reason I want to ask this is because there are a lot of people your age that are in a similar situation where they're starting a journey and maybe a little fearful. You guys have been fortunate enough to have a good family unit that has been accepting of your faith. But what is that, initially when you, like, Owen, for you particularly, when you started in on this, was there any fear of like what your parents might say or how they would receive your, what you want to do? Were they, when you told them about, this life that you're wanting to go on, Were they super encouraging? Were they just kind of let you do your thing? Was there any? I wouldn't anticipate that they gave you any pushback, but what was that like? What was that initial piece? Because I from the way I see it, if you guys grew up going to church, a little, you weren't really in it, and now you are, I would say that you have been the catalyst of being the spiritual leader in your home. That could be tough, and that could be daunting and scary for some kids, because they maybe keep their faith to themselves out of fear, or maybe their parents may not be accepting of it. And listen, let's face it. I don't care if your parents are good or bad. As a child, you want to make your parents proud, and you want them to be happy with the choices you make. And if you're unsure whether or not they're going to be all in on your faith choice, what was that like initially for you when you really started this? Did you have any kind of thoughts or doubts of maybe what your parents might think, or so to share a little bit of that.
So for a while, I was really nervous to talk to them about that kind of stuff. And one night I just kind of realized, what am I afraid of? What are they gonna say?
Talk about that a little bit. What were you afraid of? What'd you think?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Microphone's going in on Will.
Yeah, it's attacking me.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I was always kind of nervous to talk about my faith, and I feel like once I got over that hump, it was so much easier from there on. And I think that's just the enemy working. He doesn't want you to talk about your faith, and so how I kind of did it was I started off with Will, and I just kind of talked to them one-on-one, and I just asked them how their relationship with God was. And, my family they kind of all said the same thing. Everybody's known that there was something there, but never really had a super close relationship with him. And I encouraged them to maybe explore their relationship with him a little bit further, and just kind of see what's out there for them and experience his love. So
have you noticed a change in your parents?
Yeah, no, I definitely have. And I've noticed a change in Will, obviously. And I feel like God makes his way into our conversations a lot more, which I think, just having conversations about God is not really something that we always did prior to, me talking to them about it. And I feel like they're kind of in their journey almost, I would say. They're reaffirming their faith.
Yep.
And it's been really awesome to see. It's really fulfilling to just see the people I love get closer to him. So
proud of you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of both of you guys. It's big.
Yeah.
You guys are in a public school setting. We are blessed and fortunate with our community, the Liberty community. I think we're relatively conservative. A lot of Christians. I think we are blessed that you guys aren't in a quote unquote deep dark battlefield in the hood or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So you definitely have an advantage there. But make no mistake about it. I mean, there's people right in our community doing bad things that are lost in darkness. And you guys don't know this, but I don't remember how many houses we were away from you guys, but I was just a few houses away from you guys, strung out on meth every single night. So right there in your own neighborhood, on your own street, amongst a family that you guys probably maybe even liked and respected, didn't think twice about, right?
Yeah.
So that darkness lurks around us at all times. And, I think for us as Christians, we're called to have these lenses that we can, it's almost gives us x-ray vision into that stuff, right?
Yeah.
When you start seeing that, cause if that were me now in the neighborhood, while you guys are doing what you're doing, you guys would know something was up, because there would be almost a darkness around the house as you guys drive by it, because the lenses that you view things through, right? You have that spiritual discernment. And I would encourage you guys, be bold and reject passivity if those things are going on. It's tough, right? To step into those moments and say something or whatever, but don't be afraid to, right? Don't be afraid. And as men, that's one of the things I'm going to give you guys. Oh, did you guys get to watch that video at all?
Yeah.
The Lecrae one? Did you
Yeah,
watch
I watched about half of it, but
So good, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things he talks about, right? Is rejecting passivity and investing in eternal things that are eternal, right?
Yeah.
And listen, as you guys go along in your faith journey, you have to remember God, like being wealthy, being rich, driving nice cars, living in nice homes. That stuff is not a sin. It's not bad, right? It's
Yeah.
God loves that we're able to be good stewards of our blessings. And, you know, one of the things that we did when we built this home, when I bought the land, the lot to build on, Dominique and I came over here and we held hands over it. Talk about like surreal, and God's like the sun's setting over the pond, and we're sitting there and holding hands. It was like a scene out of a movie, right?
Yeah.
And we're holding hands, and I remember, you know, holding hands with Dominique and praying over the lot that, you know, God, I don't even know really how I'm going to afford to build this house.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's of you, let it happen. And I promise to you, if I build this home, I will use it for you to glorify your name. And, you know, I don't know if you've seen, we've had videos where we've had, you know, we'll have switch out where the switch wasn't in, and we'd have 50 kids over here in our living room with a guitar worshiping in our living room, you know. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we've done just that, right? So I've got this wonderful, beautiful home, you know, but here I am on a podcast in my basement of this home that God built for me, you know. Sharing the gospel and glorifying his name, you know. So you know, I love having nice things, having nice clothes, nice, you know, a watch, a car. For me, it's hey man, how are you so successful? Sit down, let me tell you. Let me share a story about Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it opens the door a lot, right? I've had young men that work for me, and I remember one guy came up to me. He's like, he's just this foul mouthed country kid, right? And he's like, hey man, why are you always so happy? And I'm like, you really want me to tell you? He's like, oh man, you gonna give me that Jesus shit, aren't you? I'm like, yep, I am. So, but you know, that's the deal, right? It opens the door, you know, for people. And I just think as long as we're being good stewards with the blessing, you know, if you're driving around in a fancy car to show everybody, you know, how awesome you are, that's when you start losing those things. Because I don't know if you guys remember, I had, you know, SRT8, I had a Harley, I had my dually, I had that big old boat. I had, you know, I've had a lot of really cool stuff in my life, and I was just completely drained inside and empty and didn't have any peace, any joy, and none of that, right? And so I wasn't using any of that to glorify him at all. I was being, you know, was glorifying myself. Yeah. You know, and it got all taken from me, right? Yeah. Got all taken from me.
I would say the thing about that is like, there's a difference between using things that God has given you to glorify him, like what you said you're doing, and idolizing those things. Like
100%.
If you get so caught up in your pursuit for money that you've completely lost sight of God, you know, you're doing something wrong, and you're going to get lost and you're going to get confused. And if you're idolizing, if you're idolizing anything other than God, then that's where you get lost.
100%. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so this is the last question for you guys. And you kind of partly answered it, but I want to make sure that I give you like the actual opportunity. When I invited you guys to come on here, and I know that you guys have probably been thinking about like what to say, all those things. And if you've already covered it, great. If not, if there was something that was on your mind, you like when I go do this, I want to make sure that this is one piece, one message I need to make sure I get across. This is that time. I want you to, you know, share with, there's going to be listeners of all ages, all walks in their faith journey. There's going to be non-believers that are looking, there's going to be strong believers. There's going to be a lot of people over the next however many years that this video is going to be available for people to see. If you had an opportunity to speak directly to them, what do you want to make sure that you say to them?
I want to say that this is specifically to people who know God. Like, God's love is really for everybody. Like, it's not selective. It's not conditional. You know, don't be afraid to share his love with anybody, right? Like, an example would be like gay people. You know, everybody has their issues, and everybody sins. So don't seclude gay people don't put them in their own category of sin, right? Like, why is a gay person any different from the average Joe who watches porn, right? Love everybody the same, love everybody equally. Some people might need a little more push than others, but love everybody equally is what I want to say.
It's great. So wise. That's 100% right. Yeah, we got to, sin is sin.
Yeah.
Sin is sin,
Yeah.
period.
Sin is the same in God's eyes, no matter what, and
hate the sin, not the sinner.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
That sums it up right there.
Will, what do you want to tell people?
I'd say this to all ages and all ethnicity, like anything.
Yeah.
Like whoever it is, religion. It's never too late.
Mm.
Ever. And he's just waiting. He's waiting for you to come to him. And he's excited and he's ready, and just it's never too late to come to him, no matter how old you are. Even if you have a year left to live, that's okay. Like, you can still come to him no matter what. He'll always love you, no matter what you do. No, even whatever like people think of you on earth, that's not how he thinks of you in heaven.
So good.
So it's okay, and it's always available, no matter how old you are. So
How far away is he?
right there. I mean, it'll take some time for sure. Like for me, I'm early in my journey, but you can give your life to Christ and instead of waiting.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he's definitely he's right there waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I always the vision I always share with people. I like to paint pictures, so people can understand it. But I always say in him being, I had a guy on the other day that articulated well that Jesus he's a perfect gentleman. He's not going to invade in your life, and he's not going to speak unless he's spoken to. You know what I mean? He's a perfect gentleman, like what you would think of as a perfect gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I always look at it like, for me, Jesus rides with me in the car. He's in the back seat, and he'll let me drive as long as I want to, and I'll start getting out of control. The car starts sliding.
Yeah.
I'm going fast. I'm racing. All he'll do is put his seatbelt on and just be there for the ride. If you're banging off the guardrails, running into walls, you could flip your car. He's just there. He's going to be with you through it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the minute you realize that you can't control the car, that you can't drive, I'm out of control. You may have heard this term before. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Right? All you have to say is, "Hey man, can you help?" Take a seatbelt off. He'll jump in, slide you over, and he'll drive for you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll calm the storm, right? He'll get that car straight, slow down, you'll be back on, right?
Yeah.
And then what's really cool is like, "Hey, all right, cool. I got it from here. Can I drive?" He'll be like, "Sure." He'll jump back in the back seat and roll with you and let you do what you want to do, man. He'll let you drive your life as long as you want to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he'll also drive for you and let you ride next to him forever too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like the way you put that. It'd make a lot of sense to someone who's younger, or it just put it in a good way for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
cool.
Fellas,
Yep.
man, great conversation.
Yeah.
Super cool. I'm so glad you guys came on here and got to share your story. And, I am so encouraged by your guys' faith at a young age. It gives me hope. I love the fact for me as a parent that my kids are in the same school, with other believers like you guys, especially boys, them being girls. And, kudos to you guys, especially you, Owen. Aniela made a comment that one of the things she really likes about you is that, you didn't necessarily you weren't drinking and doing drugs and then gave your life to Christ. You've kind of always been a good dude. And, it's so for her, that's tough, right? Aniela hasn't even kissed a boy yet. And so, here she is 16 years old and, she wrestles with that, right? Because there's other people around in the school that have kissed boys and had really, and so, her getting to see other cool kids like you guys, that are also living the same life for Jesus and still cool and all that. You know, as a father, I can get emotional thinking about this. As a father, I appreciate that there's strong boys like you out there next to my daughters. So keep doing that, man, because there's dads out here like me that really, really appreciate you guys. And if there's ever anything that I can do for you guys as a man, you know, sometimes I get it. You know, we want our kids to always come to us if they have a problem. Mm-hmm. But the reality is they don't always want to, right? And if you guys ever have a situation where you need an adult, somebody that you can trust, you know, that you know is going to give you good, honest feedback, whatever. Maybe you don't, it's something you necessarily don't want to talk initially to your parents about. I can be that resource for you guys. You know, I can give you good, solid, manly advice. You know, I'm going to tell you the truth. There's two things about me that you guys can bet everything you have on it. I'm going to tell you the truth as I know it, and it's going to come from my heart. Now, my disclaimer is I could be wrong. Right? No, my truth doesn't mean I'm right. It just means so far the evidence that I've had in my life to discover that this is real, this is true. That's what I'm going to tell you, right? And my motives of what I reveal my truth to you comes from a good place. I only want good for you, right? Mm-hmm. But the way I say things to you, and if I were to hold you accountable, I'm not passive. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you the truth, right? Yeah. And it's going to come from my heart. But you may not like what I have to say, right? That's okay. Yeah. That's what we're called to do as men. You know, it could, you know, at first hurt your feelings or be, you know, but that's okay. You don't have to, I'm not doing it maliciously, right? Yeah. Just holding you accountable. Most of the time, people, when you hold people accountable, if they receive it ill at first, if you say it right and they trust you, they will come back and tell you, hey man, thanks. I needed that. You know what I mean? Yep. So unapologetically lead people in those regards. So that's how I do. You know, I'm going to say what I need to say, and I'm going to hold you accountable, right? Yeah. But it's for all good reasons. So if you guys ever need another dude that's been through life, and somebody other than your dad, and you just need a friend to talk to, man, please, you guys got my number. You call me, okay?
All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
And anybody. So, all right, man, that's our episode for today. I'm going to give us our cool little outro here. All right. There we go. All right, that's the end of another episode of the Stronger Leader Podcast. Listen, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and watch for these videos going live, and hit the bell so you can get notified on all the new stuff. Peace. Oh, be good, be blessed, and be stronger. All right, that was a good one, fellas.
That was awesome.